We now live in a world where activities such as learning and working takes place indoors. I mean, you don't have to travel to Spain just to learn Spanish. You don't have to stay confined in the four walls of a classroom just to get an education. And you don't even have to share an office with a colleague when you can actually work from home. But most of the activities I just mentioned require optimal concentration and hence a suitable environment for better performance. Hello everyone, I'm Adeola Praise. Welcome back to my channel. And in this video, I'll be sharing with you 5 important factors you need to consider when setting up your workspace at home. So when it comes to workspace, you don't have to be too concerned about the physical appearance. So far you have these basic things in place, then you should be rest assured that your work will be as productive as you want it to be. So let's get into these things. So there are actually 5 and I'll be listing them one by one in no particular order. One of the important factors you should definitely consider when it comes to workspace is illumination, as it has been found out that good lighting affects our productivity and even our mood towards work. I'm sure you won't even want to work in a place with a very poor lighting because you can try and strain your eyes, which can be very detrimental to your health. So definitely you should find a room or a space in your home with good and proper lighting where you can set up your workspace. And if I should recommend any type of lighting, I would recommend natural daylight because it comes with a lot of vitamins that can also be beneficial when we are working. And if you are the type of person that feels more productive and at night and you don't have access to natural daylight, then you should try to mimic natural daylight with artificial lightings. I mean, there are a whole lot of good lamps out there. And if you are going for artificial lighting to enhance your workspace, then I will recommend LED lights because they may be found to be better than fluorescent lights when it comes to productivity and workspace settings. Also, there has been a lot of improvement in lighting technology. There are a lot of lamps out there that enables you to switch from various lighting modes and brightness levels. Another factor you should definitely consider when setting up your workspace is ventilation. Since you'll be spending a lot of time in your workspace, it is really important for you to have a good ventilation system because staying in a confined place for so long without fresh air can be very detrimental to your health. A well ventilated room enables you to be more comfortable and relaxed while working. Now, when it comes to ventilation, there are various types of ventilation system, and this type of ventilation systems depend on the climate of your surrounding or the structure of your workspace. The most common type of ventilation system is the natural ventilation system, and this is just the allowance of outdoor air into your indoor surroundings. And you can simply do this by making sure your workspace has purpose-built openings that can allow outdoor air into your workspace. But the natural ventilation system is not really dependable because it actually depends on external factors such as temperature, humidity, and the weather of your surroundings. Hence, it does not give you like the total control over air movement in your surroundings. But if you want at least some control over the air movement in your surroundings, then you should go for the mechanical ventilation system. Mechanical ventilation system is always the most common alternative, and mechanical ventilation system includes devices such as a ceiling fan, an air conditioner, or a room heater. Now, the type of mechanical ventilation system you choose to get actually depends on the climate of your surroundings. For example, if you reside in an African country, you are most likely to get an air conditioner rather than a room heater. Most people actually prefer mechanical ventilation system because it gives them control over the rate of airflow in their workspace than the natural ventilation system. Another factor is isolation. I know some modern office now are not usually isolated. Like we see situations where up to 20 workers have to share the same workspace, as most companies believe that it enhances teamwork and relationship in the office. But when it comes to setting up your workspace at home, isolation is really key as you are not working with a team or a colleague now. You are actually at home with your family, and most likely they have nothing to contribute to your work or project. Hence, to prevent distraction and enhance focus and concentration, then your workspace should be located in an isolated part of your home so that you won't be disturbed. But if you find yourself in a situation whereby you can't get isolation long enough, then I think you should call other members of the house and just have a mutual conversation with them. Like you can tell them about your schedule, your work plans, and your deadlines, and tell them, explain to them the need for you to be alone that particular moment. For example, anytime I'm about to study or shoot a video or do something that requires optimal concentration and requires me to be alone, I call the members of my house and tell them I need to be left alone for 3 to 4 hours. But even though you can't still get something like that, then I think you should try and improvise other things. Like, for example, other most people put up a do not disturb sign on the door of their room just to make sure that other people knows that they don't want to be disturbed and need to be left alone for some particular period of time. The next factor you should consider is noise. Some people actually love working in a quiet place, while some people love to hear at least some background noise while working. But when you're setting up your workspace at home, it is very essential for you to find a quiet spot in your house in order to avoid distractions and to increase productivity. Working in a quiet environment has a lot of benefits. You'll be able to concentrate more on the work at hand and you'll be able to focus and think deeply. It has also been shown that a quiet environment results in a calm environment, which leads to reduction in stress and anxiety. And these are the two major things you definitely want to avoid while working. Nevertheless, if you know you don't have control over the noise in your environment, then I would advise you to get a nice earbuds, or you can get an headphone, and you should get a good playlist of maybe white noise, ambient noise, or a study music. And also you can get a noise cancelling headphones. There are a lot of them out there and those can be of very good help to you. Last but not the least factor is the space itself. Yes, your workspace must definitely be spacious. A lot of people are lucky to have a spare room in their house that they can easily convert into a workspace. But if you know you don't have such opportunity, then you should try and improvise. I mean, there are a lot of ideas on Pinterest telling you how to convert your own bedroom into a workspace. Now, having a spacious environment for your work has a lot of benefits. Apart from increased productivity, it also increases the likelihood of having an organized environment for your work. I mean, you don't want your stuff cluttered all around the place just because you don't have enough space to organize them. Also, it increases the likelihood of having a positive environment. That is, it gives you a positive environment and it reduces workspace accidents and injuries. A spacious environment also enables you to think properly, and it also reduces stress and anxiety, as you can just as it gives you the opportunity to just like stand up from your desk and pace up and down, and just enables you to be like stretch yourself properly. So guys, those are the 5 important factors you need to consider when setting up your workspace. If you have your workspace set up already, make sure to make a check again to see if these factors are already put in place. If not, then you need to consider them and put them in place. So guys, that's the end of this video. Thank you for watching, but please, before you go, hit the like button and make sure you subscribe if you haven't. Thank you very much. See you in the next video.